Welcome to the RC Barracks, and today we are fixing the Hosim X15. We are replacing the chassis, which this replacement part comes with the aluminum plate, which it did not show the aluminum plate when I bought it off Amazon. So, just so you guys know that. It comes with the extra aluminum skid plate. The part that I broke on the chassis is the rear. Broke the rear end off of it right here. As you can see, I broke this piece here, back here. When I was bashing it, I did a jump and landed on a edge of a rock. So today I'm going to record repairing it, but I'm not going to record the whole thing. I'm just going to record bits and pieces of it that may be complicated or confusing. Let's get right into it. The first thing I noticed, I did start unscrewing this part. These screws are in there relatively tightly, and they're a little hard to remove, so with a little more leverage or power, should be easier to get out. You gotta make sure not to strip the screws though. Alright, and with that done, I removed 6 screws, 2 of which were here, sorry about that, 2 of which were from this spot and that spot, where these broken pieces from the chassis right here and here. Because there are other posts right here and here on the new one. And we got this back chunk taken off here. The new chassis does not come with any hardware. You have to use all of the hardware from the old one that is used to assemble the car. And the wheelie bar is quite flimsy here, but it just attaches with the back 2 screws. On to the battery tray area. The new chassis does not come with like the little foam piece for the battery, so I took it from the old one and put it in the new one, and then also used the old battery strap because it is not included with the chassis. And everything else is relatively just designed into the mold. So the servo from there just goes there, and then the ESC goes here with these little screw spots, which are not visible because that's in the way. And then I have to remove the entire front assembly and put it on here, which will probably be the most difficult part of the whole thing. But everything else should be relatively easy because of all the molding spots. The strap is also a little difficult to get through, but with either a tweezers or a tiny screwdriver, you can push it through or pull it through easily. Alright, and just like that, we have the rear assembly on the chassis. So there are 4 long screws that go here, and then there are 2 shorter screws that go here and here. Alright, so I finished putting the entire truck together. The only thing I had a issue with, or was really irritating, was the steering mount here. The little arm, or steering mount for the arm. It took a lot of convincing to get it out. I suggest using a flathead or maybe more lubrication, which there's already oil in there, but you need to use a flathead or a pliers. And the bearing at the bottom also was very stubborn. But once you get that out, everything else is relatively easy. All you gotta do is make sure to plug in these in the right spots. And other than that, and make sure this isn't flipped the wrong way. When you get this metal brace back in, and the cover, this drivetrain cover here, everything goes together very well. It's significantly easier than I was expecting. I hope that covered anything significantly difficult for anyone trying to do this. I kept the old skid plate on, as you can see, and then saved the old one for later, or the new one for later. You'll also have 2 extra screws, but that's probably from your old chassis or the new one, because there's 2 screws that hold in the skid plate that are down here. The screws do absolutely nothing but hold the skid plate. They do not go up here through this at all. They don't retain anything but the skid plate to the body. But other than that, we got the old one here, broken, in the garbage. And just like that, we got a whole new truck. Not actually, but everything fits well. I have no issues with it besides the sticky spots. But I'm gonna go out and make sure it works, and you guys have a great day. Doing a little bit of digging in, I have taken out this brace here, and they all use this same little short Phillips head screw. And also all the way along this drivetrain cover here, also use this exact same screw. The only screw that is the most different from all of them is this one right here. And there's 2 of them, and those 2 hold this brace in between the 2 steering arms. One thing I found difficult is finding a way to get this servo out, but there are 4 screws, 2 on this side and 2 on this side that go in, as you can see on this one. But everything else is pretty easy so far. I haven't experienced any severe difficult issues. And I'm gonna get this out, put it here, and I'm gonna finish this up.